Borderline personality disorder consists of a set of emotional and behavioral traits including impulsivity, anger, and self-destructiveness that create distress for the individuals and for the people around them. Personality disorders are regarded differently than other disorders discussed in this series, so before discussing borderline specifically, we will explore the concept of personality disorders in general. Our personality consists of characteristic patterns of thinking, feeling, and believing, and behaving. A person is said to have a personality disorder when their thoughts and behaviors create long-term difficulties for themselves or for those around them. These disorders are usually expressed by early adulthood and seem to produce an interpersonal style that is rigid and inflexible. Impairments may relate to a person's ability to interact well with others, an inability to maintain a stable sense of self, or difficulties in one's capacity for empathy and intimacy. Borderline personality disorder usually consists of a wide collection of sometimes vaguely defined symptoms. For example, people with borderline personality disorder experience bouts of extreme anger, depression, and anxiety. They sometimes cope with these emotions by engaging in impulsive behaviors, such as reckless driving, indiscriminate sex, or self-mutilating behaviors. They also may have vacillating self-images. For example, one day they might see themselves as politically liberal, but the next day view themselves as conservative. Even their sexual identity might be thrown into question by the almost ceaseless process of shifting. One week they may regard themselves as homosexual, the next as heterosexual. This frequent vacillation can contribute to increasing self-doubt and decreased self-confidence. These behavioral patterns lead to unstable relationships. People with borderline personality disorders will often cling to new friendships while often misinterpreting an innocuous action as a sign of potential abandonment. In turn, they can suddenly switch from idealizing a friend to despising them. This is known as splitting. The causes of borderline personality disorder are not well understood. Individuals diagnosed with borderline personality disorder often experience sexual or physical abuse during childhood or were raised in an unstable household that lacks structure, routine, and emotional supportiveness. Physiological research shows that the impulsive behavior seen in people with personality disorders are correlated with low serotonin levels. Other research suggests that physiological deficits reduce the person's ability to regulate their emotions. This leads to a multitude of interpersonal complications that make it even more difficult for these individuals to develop adaptive interpersonal skills.